All right, for a moment, let's talk about this term throwback. What does it mean precisely? Well, there are a couple of definitions. The first one is having the characteristics of a former time. Another one is from a different era in a person's life. Today, I'm working on a project that embodies this word, throwback. This is Junk Journal January, and Meg from Meg's Journals is hosting a collaboration of artists to encourage you to work in your junk journals with the prompt each day in January. My project is this paper wallet with ATC inside. The purpose of this paper wallet and ATC is to create it and embellish it in whatever style that you would like that goes in your junk journal. For many of us, we like to make vintage junk journals, so my throwback wallet will be in a vintage style. If you're ready to make your own, we'll head over to my desk and we'll get started. So this is my Gentlemen and Scholars junk journal. I made this junk journal several years ago, and I love to flip through it still because it gives me a lot of ideas of ways that I can decorate and fill junk journals. The thing about junk journals for me is that I create them, but then I want to fill them up with interesting pages. I want to collage on them. I want to add things in the pockets. I want to build it up in such a way so that the pages, each page is interesting to look at as you turn through them. Sometimes I take beautiful images. This came from a calendar. It was a calendar of Paris or a calendar of France. And, at the end of the year, I just tore out some of the images and then I used them with some postage stamps. Sometimes it's enough just to put in a book page. That is all the decoration that it needs. And then other times I took the time to actually do some collages on some of these pages. So as I was thinking of throwback, I was thinking of taking a throwback project that I had worked on some years ago and would like to try again, but also taking the word throwback to mean the era or a time period that I wanted to recreate. So today's project is all about creating this. It's a wallet that is made from an envelope. And then inside I have, some treasures, including this ATC that is made on the face of a playing card. And then just a photograph and, whatever else you might find in a wallet, a piece of currency, for example. This is a calling card with somebody's name on it, James Messner. It kind of goes along with the ATC, almost like an ID card, right? And yeah, the reason why I like these is because they're very flat. It's obviously a wallet or, the idea of a wallet, and it fits really well into pages of a glue book. All right, so let's get started. So you can use an envelope if you have a craft envelope, but I don't have a craft envelope. So instead, what I did was I took a piece of grocery bag, just from the grocery store. It's in this kind of craft paper. I took a big enough piece. I don't have a ruler, or else I would measure it for you. I took a big enough piece, so you can see it in the scope of my hand. I took a big enough piece so that I could fold it in half and then create these little tabs on the side. With these tabs, I thought that I would put some double-sided tape. You can also use glue. And then you can either keep the tab on the outside, and when you close it like this, glue it, or you can glue it, adhere it like this. And I think that's what I'm going to do. But before I do that, I need to do a few things. I am going to use, I have a couple of playing cards here. This is your standard playing card size, but it has this plastic coating on top. Here's another one. This one does not. I'm looking for a playing card that is paper based without that plastic coating, because I'm going to be adding collage papers on the top. So I think I can do this one. Let's see, size wise. Yeah, I can do this. I'll do this one. So what I will do is I will take a pencil or a pen and I'm going to open up. I'm going to make a window basically. So what I want to do is I want to trace how big my ATC is. And I want to, here's the base right down here. So I want to have it kind of close to the base, but enough space so that I can put a film so that I can make a window, right? So let me trace this just kind of lightly. It doesn't need to be very dark. Now I'm going to cut out my triangle, but I'm going to cut out just a little bit, not quite to the edge of the line. All right, now I have a piece of vellum. I have this piece of envelope right here. And I'm going to use it as a window. So I just need a piece. Let's see. To about right here. Okay. And it just has to be approximately because I'm going to be, it's not going to show. It's going to be on the inside. There we go. All right, so I have double-sided tape, which I'm going to use. If you want, you can, when you're trying to place something like this, you can peel off one side only and leave the three pieces still down. You can position it this way so that you can slide it wherever you need to put it. And then when you press down, you have one side that is firmly in place, and then these three you can take off as you need. All right, so now we've got our vellum window. Next, I want to decorate the outside. Before I glue these tabs down, I want to open them up and I want to do something across the outside so it's decorated. I will show you the one that I had before. Okay, this is what this one looks like. I want to use a stencil and I have a couple of options. I have this option and I have this down here. I think I want to go with this. I also brought these, which are just some foil medallions. I might do something with a decoration on the top. I don't know yet. Let me see. Let's see what the stenciling looks like first, and then I will see if I want to add something to the top or not. This is a design by Kathy Holden. She created these stencils that have got some really neat designs on them. My front cover is this cover, so I want to make sure that this is centered. And now I will take I don't know what color to use. I think I will go with a brown, like a darker brown. It says cocoa, rich cocoa. I think I'll try that. Let's see, how does that look? That looks good, I like it. It's very simple. So I'm just gonna keep on going all the way across. Now, after I glue it down, I can decide if I like this on the top or if I just leave it the way it is. Another thing I might think of doing is crinkling it up. You know, just taking the whole thing and just crinkling it. I think I would have done that before I put on the vellum. Now that I've already got the vellum on there, it's not gonna look good all crinkled, so I will not do that. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and put my double-sided tape down. I'm gonna put the tape as close as I can to the edge right here. Okay, so now we've got a wallet. Very nice, very nice. If you want, you could, with your sewing machine, run a stitch right, well, actually, no, that's not a good idea. I mean, you could do that, of course, but if you did, then you would not be able to slide in your currency, for example. So maybe you wouldn't want to do that. But I have seen them with a stitch right down the middle, and then you would just have a pocket on this side and a pocket on that side. Okay, so now we need to make the ATC. So here is my ATC, where it's gonna go. See, it just slides right in there like that. I am looking for some examples of what to create, and I have my box of ATCs. So they're just a bunch of ATCs that I have made over the years, or that people have made for me, and I keep them all in this display box. But if I take some out and I look through them, they give me ideas of how I might want to construct some new ones. You get the idea. Now, in the one that I showed you before, this ATC has a person's photo on it, and that's what I want to do. I want to do this same concept, okay? So other characteristics I like is something like this, for example, where I've got 1, 2, 3 pieces of background and one rectangular object right on top. So I might do something like that. And here's another one. This is a single piece of background. There's a little strip of paper of a different sort, and then there's this rectangular piece, which might be a good placement for a photograph. I could use something like that. Here's another one. This has pattern paper on the bottom and a piece of sheet music on the top, and then a stamp and a floral image. So again, this is super simple and very effective. So this is also another nice idea. I like taking old pieces of my art or old things that I've done and looking at them again. They just give you ideas, right? That's all. This is going to be the ATC. And I've got all these photos. This one is nice. If we take the size of a photo that might work on an ATC, this is a good size. So he's definitely a contender. Here's another one. Why do I have pictures of men? Well, I also have pictures of women in here too. Let's see. This is a very interesting photo. I like this one. It's almost a shame to destroy it. So I'm reluctant to tear this one up. What's on the back of this one? Mexico. I like the simplicity of this photo. So I think I'm going to stick with that. Okay, so I am going to use this model right here. I'm going to do a strip of some paper. First paper, second paper will be this one. Oops, you can't see. Okay, I'm going to use this model right here where I have one type of paper on the bottom, a second type of paper on the top, something rectangular on one side, and a floral motif on the right side. Okay, so I have my drawer full of papers, and I have some handwriting, which I always like to use. This does not quite reach the whole width, so I can't use this. But this one does, so I'm going to use this. And then for the top, I have these pieces of handwritten music notes. I really like this. I might go with this, but the colors are very, very similar. So let me see if there's something else that might work. I like that. Yeah, so I'm going to stick with this. Simple enough. This one does have the little bit of plastic film over it. I'm going to cut the paper away from the back, so I'm going to just put double-sided tape as close to the edge as I can. Okay, here we go. Let's see, should I try tearing? And then last but not least, I want to put some kind of floral element. I have got some flowers. I like these. It's kind of like a, I don't even know what's the correct term, boutonniere. I like that I could put it right next to it. So let's see. I like the ones with the blue, with the forget-me-not. But let's see, this might be nice too. Oh, let's go with blue. I will put the link to the website where I buy these die cuts. They're really useful for projects like this. It's a little bit of fussy cutting, but not as much if you had to cut the entire thing out. So that's a nice trade-off. All right, so if I take this and just lay it across like that, I like that. I like the way that looks. Now, you could add all kinds of really interesting paper treasures in here. You could put a piece of cloth material. You could put, decorate it on the inside however you would like. You could do a collage on this side. As a matter of fact, let's see if we can add something in here as well. I have a little scrap of leftover. Let's see what else I can add in here. What about that? Let's quickly put this down. And then a postage stamp for the top. Let's see. That's too tall. Do you see how it goes up too tall, too high? This is nice because this red matches with this red. So you know what? I think I'm going to stick with that. All right. Do I want to put that metal, that piece of metal on the top? Foil. It's not really metal, it's just foil. You can always put something else. Yeah, this is too much. I think that's too much. I don't want to add that to that. But I'm going to keep my options open. I will continue to see if there's anything else that might spike my interest. But for now, I will leave it like that. So as you can see, a paper wallet and ATC like these ones are rather straightforward to create, and you can embellish them in whatever throwback style that you would like. I hope you're encouraged to make one and include it in your book that you've created for Junk Journal January.